Oh, we have been married for 4 years. Yeah, and we have 2 kids, 3 and 1.
Yeah, going to be 4 next in about 3 weeks time. Yeah.
What?
4th anniversary, right?
Oh, 4th anniversary. Yeah, sorry. I was talking about the kids, and then he mentioned 4. I'm like, when did we have 4 kids?
No, 2 enough.
I'm Christina.
I'm George.
Yeah, and we have been married for 4 years. And we have 2 kids, 3 years old and 1 year old.
Interesting first date.
He was actually very nervous. It's to an extent that he actually felt bad because we were supposed to go on a typical date. You know, you go for dinner together and then you talk to each other, you get to know each other. But at the very last minute, I think it was the night before or 2 nights before.
I think the night before.
Yeah, so suddenly he texted and said that he had to go and referee a game. So asked whether I'm okay to let him go and referee a game, and then after that we have dinner instead. So I was actually okay, you know, but I think he felt bad because he had to leave me at the sideline while he go and ref the game for about 1.5 hours.
Yeah, I didn't know whether she knew anything about rugby. So.
I know nuts about rugby.
For me, I think it was not much of a problem because my family-wise, quite a number of interracial marriages already. My uncles from both sides, my mom and my dad's side, either marrying Chinese or Caucasian or so on. So it was not so much of an issue, I guess.
For my family, it's really different. So I'm one of the first to get married to somebody of a different race because I would say 99% are married to Chinese. So my...
Yes, definitely. During Chinese New Year, I have a special area I sit in.
So except for a distant auntie who married a Chinese Indian as well, but we hardly see each other. So I would say I'm really one of the first. For my family, they were very concerned initially when I came back from an overseas. We actually went on a trip together, and then that's when he proposed. So I came back from the trip and I said, I'm getting married. Then my parents were like, what? Who? When? You know? What happened? Are you okay? Because they knew that I was dating him, but they knew that we just dated for a few months. So my mom was actually very, very concerned because she knew that a few years ago I actually got out of a very bad relationship. And of course, a mother being a mother, she was very worried. She doesn't want me to get hurt again. And my mom is a very traditional Hakka woman. So she was very concerned and she was like, are you sure? Is this what you want? You know, I don't speak good English. How are we going to communicate? Culture-wise, food-wise, how are you going to live together? You know, she was actually more worried than me. Yeah, so my dad was pretty chillax. I think my dad was just very straightforward. He just wants his daughters to be happy, period.
I guess it was my chopstick skills.
Yeah, so he was able to hold the chopsticks the traditional way. So when
better than all of them.
Yes, better than my sisters, my brother. So when my dad saw my dad, I was like, what? You know how to hold the chopsticks like that? Wow, you're very good. So my dad was really, really impressed. And then he kept on talking about it the whole dinner. So I was like, hello, it's just a pair of chopsticks.
Plus, I mean, I normally like Chinese food anyway. So because I grew up eating a lot of Chinese food because my mom, she can cook a lot of Chinese food as well. Because she grew up with a lot of Chinese friends in a Chinese neighborhood as well. So so that's where my affinity for Chinese food came in essentially. So
my mom was actually very surprised that wow, this Indian man eats a lot of Chinese food. So she was actually very impressed by the fact that, you know, he's so easygoing when it comes to food, because my mom being a Hakka woman, cooking and food is very important to her. So it's her way of showing love. So, and by cooking all these Chinese dishes and dishes that she's comfortable with and having an Indian man enjoying her food, she actually felt very proud, you know, of her own cooking. And I think a few months after he proposed, it was my birthday, and he organized like a barbecue at his place and invited my family over. So my parents actually saw how he treated me, how his family treated me, and how everybody just welcomed me into the family. I think that's when the barriers actually just went away on its own. And his mom is very friendly, so she went up to them and had conversations with them and all that. So I think that's when my parents really felt that they really felt comfortable with me marrying somebody of a different race. And I guess like what all parents, their concerns are, they just want their child to be taken care of by somebody, and somebody whom they can trust. Yeah. So that barbecue also like won them over. I remember when we were talking about marriage, there was one day he actually brought up having a temple wedding. I could sense his nervousness in him, like, whether I would reject the idea of having a temple wedding, because he loves and he respects his grandmother a lot, and his grandmother brought him up. So he wanted to do it for the grandmother. Plus, he's the eldest grandson. Yeah, and her most precious, So I agreed to it immediately. I'm like, yeah, why not? For me, I think race and religion shouldn't really like play a part in a marriage, especially in a relationship. It's more of compromising. Let's just give and take. So I was willing to have a temple wedding. And in fact, we had a lot of fun. And I actually knew nuts about a temple wedding. So I let my mother-in-law plan, and then of course there are certain times when I will actually ask my Hindu colleagues, like, hey, how is it like, what should I do? What would happen on that day? Can you like enlighten me on it or share with me? So he also like briefly told me how it would be like lah. But I guess he didn't know much as well. But yeah, so during the wedding preparation, we had a lot of fun, and we also had the Chinese tea ceremony and the gate crashing and all that. Yeah, so we were we just wanted to have fun. Right.
Yeah, I think also because on my family side, it had been a very, very long time since anybody had gotten married. So
yeah,
so it was
like a big occasion.
A lot of them just came down. Plus, all those who were in Singapore, just were readily available to help in preparations, etc. So yeah, it was quite a fun. I didn't expect to have that much of fun. I was kind of dreading it, long hours, etc. and all that. But in the end, it turned out to be pretty fun event. I think I've been meaning to say this for some time as well, especially in the last 2 years or so. We haven't really had time for ourselves and to speak to each other about things other than the kids. Yes. Right? And I think it's important that we start speaking to each other, and continue, because in about 15 years time they'll be gone.
Yes.
They'll be back to us again. So if I haven't said it enough, or maybe I haven't expressed it enough because we are tired, etc. and all that, but yeah, I still love you very much.
I think I'm really very, very, very thankful that you have always been very supportive. So regardless how bad my day is, how naughty the kids have been, or how tired I am from handling the two of them and everything, you have always been very encouraging. And I will also appreciate the fact that you still take me out for date nights without the children, and that's when we really spend some time to ourselves and relive some of the moments when we didn't have any children back then. Yeah. Yay!